grown man that should be able to handle certain things. But what we fail to realize is those tragedies that happen in our younger ages that form us while we're older. But I would say that my challenge to all of us here, as I know the age that I'm approaching, is it's not how, it's how we end that matters. Those things that happen to us when we're younger that shape us for the rest of our lives. But when we purpose in our heart, how am I going to end? I'm very thankful that I had the opportunity to clear the air and to apologize to my uncle for how I treated him. And I'm also very thankful that he accepted my apology. It gave me a great peace in my heart. Just a few weeks ago, I picked him up at the nursing home and brought him to Steve's church and then brought him back. And I got to see him one last time before he passed. And my challenge to everyone here is it's so easy to look at the outward and not realize the things and the tragedies that shaped us when we were younger. If we focus on how we end, it's a little bit easier to make it.
Thank you, Ken.
After you.
Uncle Lloyd, whenever he talked about Johnny and Seth, all he could ask about was, are they still playing their guitar? Are they still playing their guitar? Johnny, come up. You're gonna play. He's gonna play a song for Uncle Lloyd.
Okay. Which one? I played that one. Play it again. If anyone knows how to sing that hymn like that.
Whatever he wants to play, Uncle Lloyd.
Fly away.
He just loved it, and we're gonna have him play a song for him real quick.
Oh, okay. Well, if anyone knows how to sing, there's a hymn. It's called "I'll Fly Away." I'm told it's a standard. I play it Johnny Cash style. If you guys will pick up on the melody, you can sing that, or I can just play something more concrete lyrics. Well, I'm the only one I think who knows it. No? Okay. We'll do something better. We're going to do something that has more than one chord progression.
Actually, I asked Uncle Lloyd,
You
what
would
kind of
like
music do you like? And he said everything. He said he liked everything. Now, I know when I got in his pickup truck, though, it was always country music that was playing.
I gave him a Soilworks CD one time.
How'd that work out?
He listened to it.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah, you good.
At this time, we're going to ask Jerry to come forward. He is Uncle Lloyd's grandson, Jackie's son. He's going to read his thoughts, or say his thoughts.
Okay. When I was a kid, I would go to work with my grandfather in the summer. He pushed me hard and expected me to pull my own weight. He didn't care that I was a young kid just wanting to have fun. He treated me like I was an adult. We worked hard every day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The highlight of my day was eating lunch, going to A&M PM to get an ice cream cone, and rummaging through the old junk in the back area of his thrift shop, looking for some hidden treasures. When I look back at the time working with my grandfather, I look back with great fondness because I know my grandfather taught me how to work hard. Plus, working with him sparked my interest in looking for antiques and hidden treasures. Nowadays, if I see a garage sale or antique shop, I have to stop and go look around. My grandfather was a hard-working, tough old man who told you what he thought. He took great pride in working harder than anyone else. My grandfather was extremely proud of being a truck driver. And over the years, he never lost his passion or enthusiasm for getting out on the road. I guess that's why I like traveling and road trips so much. Even though my grandfather was not an educated man, I feel we can all learn a lesson from him about hard work, pride, and personal excellence.
At this time, I'd like to read some thoughts from Jerry's mother, Jackie and Tom. They're in New Jersey. They were here for Lloyd, actually at his passing, but she had to go, and she sent me these comments and asked me to read them for her. Lloyd Norman was my stepdad. Lloyd whisked my mom away, and my brother Al, and me, in a big 18-wheeler from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Comanche, Iowa in 1963, where Lloyd and Ann were married on July 28, 1963. I was 12 years old. My brother Al had just turned 11. My brother and I became immersed for a short time in the Norman clan. Lloyd's brothers, Harold and Dale, plus their wives, Lorraine and Betty, were our caregivers while Mom and Lloyd settled in the Bronx, New York. Later, Elle and I were packed off by bus to Port Authority in New York City. Imagine the transition for a 12-year-old girl and an 11-year-old boy from the sands of New Mexico to the Bible Belt of Iowa to the subways and buses and multiple ethnicities of New York City, all within the space of just a few months. Lloyd was not a father's knows best kind of husband or dad. He was a tough taskmaster and did not know how to inspire a young person to be the best that he or she can be. Everyone who knew Lloyd knows that his patience was not his long suit. But as I've gotten older, I have learned for myself how hard it is to be a model parent. I know that Lloyd did love us and loved my children, Jerry and Audra, and the grandchildren, Jesse and Dominic, as if they were his own blood. I am grateful that we were able to see Lloyd at the end of his life. He managed to communicate to us by rubbing his whiskered chin that he wanted a shave. My son Jerry ran to the store to buy an electric shaver, and my daughter Audra shaved him. Lloyd held our hands tight with surprising strength 2 days before he passed, and he kissed Audra. My grandson Dominic placed a treasured picture of Batman and Robin on his chest. I have managed Lloyd's health and personal affairs since he became ill early last year. I do not regret the time and effort this has cost me, and I wish he were still here. I did not get the opportunity to take care of my mom when she was ill before she passed away. I hope that my efforts for Lloyd have brought comfort to my mom's spirit. My brother Al was better than me at talking to Lloyd on the phone on a near daily basis over the past 18 months. They talked about sports and miscellaneous stuff that brought a different kind of comfort and some escape to Lloyd following his bouts of pneumonia, bladder cancer, and finally the lung cancer that did him in. We will miss Lloyd and will not forget him. Jackie Huck and Tom Sinnington and children. At this time, I would like to show you a video, some pictures of Uncle Lloyd and his family. I gotta get back to it. Play some music.
You saw me crying in the train.
Who's in the high chair?
That's all you.
We're guessing that's in Minnesota? Can you name the kids in order? On the left, is that Lloyd? On the left, is that Lloyd? So Harold's in the middle. I believe this is Uncle Dale. This is my dad. And Lois. And Lucy right here. So this has to be
Is he smoking? Oh.
I believe that was the Kenworth. Is that the truck you rode in? Jim, these were the old red button days. I remember this.
They look a bit older than that.
This is in the library, I believe, of Maria Temple in Wilcox, Arizona, around 1980.
It was Grandpa's funeral.
Grandpa's funeral, that's why Dad looks all dressed up.
So you've got Lloyd, Harold.
And again, we have, it's Uncle Lloyd right there. Uncle Harold, it was his church. Aunt Lucy. Dad. Lois. Grandpa. And Uncle Dale. And I think this was taken in his thrift shop up here in Phoenix.
One right over there.
And this
It's a nice clock.
is Anne is your grandmother.
make it out, but I can see the details that I
It's a little bigger for you, then.
There's a picture there.
was. Shades.
That's in the thrift store.
Yeah.
Marion, Cheryl. Cheryl, Marion.
No, Clarence.
Oh, see, I can't see it.
What were their names? The dogs Andy and Dolly.
Yeah, that's it.
And they didn't go anywhere without them.
So I can turn you.
The video master.
Does anybody
Nice
remember where
finger.
this picture was taken?
Next door.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, that's next door. Yeah.
So that must have been in the 90s then.
Yeah, that's pretty recent.
Yeah, it's not too. That was, according to the back, it was Richard Reed. It was on the bottom, it was tagged on
I thought it was Jackie's brother, but it's not. That's not your uncle.
it's on the, it was on the back of
That's
the
not us.
picture.
That's was.
And it was Richard, Ricky, Canada, Rick. I don't know who they are.
Well, we know who the lady is. That's Grandma
It's
Moore.
written on the back. It's written on the back of the picture. I thought they were put it up there. Pretty good at it.
This is Jackie, Jerry's mom. She's the one who's really did a lot of work to help take care of them this last year. Last Christmas. Actually, Johnny was working for Lloyd at that time. He was the only one in the family brave enough.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I remember you took the truck from me that day.
I didn't have any concept of Lloyd either, so that was doing our work with him. It was like,
Well, it's a
what
good
is this?
Good experience for you. Everybody
Terrifying.
has to work for Lloyd at least once.
yeah.
Thank you, girl.
Terrifying.
That was fun. Yeah, 1960.
Trouble.
And,
Everybody know this?
Ron, you
Yeah.
were in there.
I see.
We got this.
Me and Ron.
Brian's in the background.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he is. That was
That's
a
his
fun.
little head.
His little head back there.
Yeah.
That's trouble.
Gotcha.
A room full of trouble.
Yeah, that's where all the trouble is.
And I believe that was also at Christmas last
Yeah,
year.
that was-
So the last time I talked to Lloyd was a couple weeks ago. That's at the care center, Freedom Plaza Care Center. And I stopped in and I put in a John Wayne movie for him, an old one. And we kind of talked a little bit. He wasn't real talkative. He kept falling asleep on me. And he finally looked up and he turned to me and he said, "Do we have work tomorrow? Do you need any help?" And I said, "No, we got it, Lloyd. We're good." And he put his head back down and he was mad.
Was he gonna pack the house for you?
Yeah.
You should tell him what he told you when you went over there and you weren't answering his phone calls.
He only had nice things to say.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to use his language.
It's a funny story.
It is funny.
I have another one here from Al, which is Jackie's brother. I'm going to read it. It's very brief. It says, "Hi Steve, my name is Al. My wife's name is Donna. I'm Lloyd's stepson living in New York. Jackie said you would be kind enough to read a few words for us at his service. Lloyd Norman is remembered by his straightforward humor. He was hard and strong, but always in a positive way. My memories are not many because of the distance between us. However, in our later years, our long conversations brought us together as though there was not a gap. Speaking to Lloyd towards his last days, he spoke of Mom, saying how much that he missed her. I knew time was near and closing in. Family chains are broken when a loved one is taken, but God calls us one by one, and the chain will link again. Dad, you'll be missed. Thank you, Al and Donna Huff." And I want to close with some of my thoughts, and I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but if there's anyone else who would like to share, you are more than welcome to come up and share at this time, if you'd like to. I know Brian might want to say something. You can stay right there.
We had a handicapped son, and what I remember is when he would come through on the truck, he'd stop. When we lived in Iowa, he stopped when we lived in Minnesota. And he would always give the boys a $1 bill before he left. But he gave Danny change. And one day they came through, and Danny, he didn't speak, but he had a brain. And one day they came through, and he wouldn't take it. He wouldn't take it from Lloyd. He wouldn't let him give him a change. And Lloyd said, "What's wrong with him?" And Dale said to him, he said, "He wants a $1 bill." And he said, "We figured it out that you're giving more to the brothers than you are to him." But we had a lot of good times with Lloyd and Ann, because we used to come up at their store. We'd come up and visit on a Saturday, and we'd go out to eat. And a lot of times we'd bring Danny with us. And he was very gracious to our son, and he was very loving to him. And that's what I remember about Lloyd, because when Ann and Lloyd came to Iowa, and we helped him, helped Ann out, get an apartment, getting a job, and those were good times. And I just want to share that.
Thank you, Betty. Brian?
I guess the only thing that I really have to say is stuff out here. I didn't get to see Uncle Lloyd very much. And when I did, he sure was a precious hard man. He helped us in a time of need with his moving company. Back in '95 when I left Arizona, I felt the calling of some reason to go back. I know what it was. I'm gonna cry. But it was for my dad giving his life so I could meet that woman right there. Changed my life, put us together. And we started from absolutely nothing in Missouri.